life. Means I go through a big injury where I need to decide if continue to do something where it's possible, bring me the possibility to don't walk anymore, or finish my dream. I need to finish my dream, and I need to reinvent completely myself at 17 years old, because everything in my life is, the culture is completely different, and the first couple of years is really difficult, because I remember one time I have difficulty to connect the light with FPL, because they don't understand me in my house where I slept on the floor, because they don't understand me. And this give me a lot of strength now, because everything in life is on a step where you're moving in another. Rich Dad Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki.
Me too. There you go.
And from over there, I read this book. I started to understand how real estate is working, and it's opened another world completely in my mind, in my soul, everything. Because in Italy we don't have somebody like Robert Kiyosaki, and it's possible apply some concept of Robert Kiyosaki, but not all the concept, because United States is the only one big country give the opportunity to everybody. I think so. This is the two reason, because I am sure what I tell, like if somebody read this book, they will learn, not because I teach, because I share something really important in the book. The message is really easy. Create something important. It's possible.
Did you know there's a technology that's actually an app on your phone that uses sound waves to tell your brain what you want your brain to do? We had a young man that was on a guest on our podcast, the Mike Litton Experience, who had a traumatic brain injury. He was sleeping 3 hours a night. He's using NewCalm now, and he's sleeping more. Go to newcalm.com, Mike15 promo code. Newcalm.com, promo code Mike15 for an extra 15% off. Go today.
Welcome to the Mike Litton Experience podcast. Everyone has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. Mike is passionate about being a father, a teacher, a realtor, an investor, and a leader. And now, introducing the host of the Mike Litton Experience, Mike Litton.
Dr. Jacopo Iasiello, thank you so much for being our guest on the Mike Litton Experience. I'm super excited for our time together. And like we talked about before we hit record, everybody has a story, and our passion is to help them tell it. So with your permission, we're going to start with where you were born, go up to today, and then we want to talk about the book you wrote. We want to talk about what you're doing with real estate investors, and really how you're sort of coming from a place of contribution in life now.
Mike, first of all, thank you to invite me. Like how before we chat, everything is coming from contribution, and the main reason to go in podcasts like yours is to share the book and what is inside the book, because when you receive, you need to share, and I believe in contribution.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. What a great place. So where were you born?
Yeah, I born in Italy, in Naples, where my life starting like every human being in love, and my family in particular, they give me a lot of love. I have really beautiful parents, and I starting from 7 years old to 17 years old to have this idea to becoming professional soccer. Leave my house in Napoli at 14 years old, and go in other city, really young age, with a lot of sadness to leave my city, my family, and everything. And I have all my life in this time to dedicate to one dream, to becoming professional soccer. I arrive at one point where my injury changed completely my life. Means I go through a big injury where I need to decide if continue to do something where it's possible, bring me the possibility to don't walk anymore, or finish my dream. I need to finish my dream, and I need to reinvent completely myself at 17 years old, because everything in my life is over there, from over there, in the sport, and from over there. Because I have really creativity in my life, is part of my inner self and my mind. 11 years old, I already read a lot of book dedicated to entrepreneur people that change life. And what's happening is this one. I really starting to do business. In which way? I started from zero, like everybody, and I create a chain of jewelry in Italy, first of all with no experience. And my first shop, I slept on the second floor because make the big mistake. 22 years old, starting to invest in real estate in Italy, in the auction, after I take a course. And from over there, what's happening, I create this multimillionaire company in jewelry space, and different other area in the same space of jewelry, starting real estate. And around 2010, 2011, I see the opportunity in United States. I read one article. My business started to lose revenue in Italy, and I decide to take advantage of what's happening in United States with subprime mortgage. And I take one fly after I read this article where I see the difference of price of property from 2011 to 2008. And I coming from this other part of the world where I starting my business in real estate with a lot of difficulty, sadness. I don't speak English, don't have any kind of connection. And now I create my portfolio cash flow. I do more than 355 flipping, and I am in constantly growing in the space of real estate in the business because I'm a serial entrepreneur.
So you were born in Naples. You're calling it Napoli, right?
Napoli, yes.
Napoli. Okay. So you're born in Naples, or what we call Naples, right?
Yeah.
And growing up, who was the most influential person to you?
Yeah, like I have a blessing to receive two perfect human beings, my mother and my father, where they help me from the internal part in my path, and the two beautiful grandfather, grandmother. What this means for me, really important, the family aspect. And my father is my hero. My father teach me everything in life, and I learn everything in business.
What was your favorite thing about growing up in Napoli?
My favorite thing, you need to be creative, because if you are not creative, you becoming modest human being. And modest for me is no means nothing bad, but means no, it's not part of my life. It means for me, I want every time find something where I receive more from life because I give more.
Gotcha. So you go out at 14 and leave home, and you're playing soccer in like a developmental league kind of thing, or are you a professional soccer player?
No, it's like in the club where the first, they are professional. I go in the jovan, like in the field where in Italy how it's working with the soccer. You have the first team, they play in Serie A. This is the name. And after, you have the young, they try to arrive, and I play in this team where I wanna becoming professional soccer. But at 17 years old, in the moment where you do the translation, like where you translate from be a young professional soccer to be an adult professional soccer, where people, they pay you for what you do, I have this injury.
Gotcha. So the injury stops basically your soccer career, right? And you decide to go back to school. You decide to go to school. Where do you go to school and why?
Yeah. What's happening is this one. When I have this big injury, I coming back, and I, in the house of my family. And what's happening is something is really curious. Sport in general in Italy, like in Europe, soccer, when you play, your people around you, the majority is people they coming from really different kind of background, difficulty or whatever. Not everybody, but majority of these people they coming from difficulty because they have the anger to moving forward. And all my life, technically from 7 years old to 17, I have this connection with these people. I arrive at one point where when I come back to Napoli, my family decided me to put me in one school, where in this school I have entrepreneur people, son or daughter of entrepreneur people, they have a lot of money. And at that moment, I realized something important. I feel really uncomfortable with these people because they have something I don't have. They have freedom, they have money and everything. And from over there, I starting to feel the necessity to to create more for my life, create more. Already I do when I do, because I do professional soccer, but I try to becoming an entrepreneur, somebody do something special, not somebody working from 9 to 5, because I don't have this part moving in this direction. And I go in this school and I started to create my life, where after with my family, they want I take one path. I take my PhD in business management, and this is an agreement I will do with them. They want they want different life for me, and I decide and I tell win-win situation. I tell, hey, I will take my PhD, but at the same time I need to start in business, and I started the business without money to take money from the government of Italy.
So you get your bachelor's, you earn your bachelor's degree,
Mhm.
you earn your master's degree.
Mhm.
What makes you decide to go on and earn your PhD?
Because in the first moment, my family in Italy is like in India, it's the same concept. They won't have my mother, the teaching, my father is an engineer. I have the same street of them, becoming a professional, have a normal job, normal life, normal, path. And the only, for me, way to really have the possibility to don't break the relationship with my family at that time is to tell them, hey, I will take the PhD, I will satisfy you. In reality, after I learn, it's so important for me to take the PhD and everything. And at the same time, but I need to make money. And they are agree. And from over there, I opened this shop, where I make the first mistake in business, where I slept on the second floor. And after, because I utilize every time 4 point research, grow, action, and contribution when I do business or life. I understand correctly that the moment is perfect. And from over there, I change the position of the first shop, and I becoming really, good doing what at that time I do, where I do more than 20 shop, makes this company really profitable, and change completely the path of my life.
So what change did you make to the company? Was it
Oh,
taking it from the first floor to the second floor, or from the
no,
second
no.
floor to the first floor?
No. What I do is something easily. First of all, I study where I need at that time I have, almost an 18 years old. I starting to think about what I need to open, something to put myself in entrepreneur business. And I research with attention. I started to ask. This is so important for people. Ask questions, because if you don't ask, you don't receive. And what's happening is this: when I go to jewelry shop at that time, really young age, I ask the secret. Not everybody give me the secret. Nobody give me the secret, because is not secret in business. But I understand where is important to position it and what I need to do in the business. And the first mistake I make, I positioned the shop in the wrong location. And I'm moving the shop, I put in the correct location. And from over there, I utilize different technique of marketing, where, I starting to create my client. And from over there, I expand in different region in Italy, this shop, more than 20 shop, and I create another company in the same field too. And at 22, I started to invest in real estate.
So how many shops did you have when you were 22?
22, I starting 18, I have the first 6 months, I closed the shop. Around five shop, yeah, because
Okay.
it's becoming really booming, and because of what's happening, um, I understand the moment is the correct moment because business is everything is timing.
Yeah.
I immediately open other shop.
So what was the one mistake that you had made that you corrected?
The big one is location in the
Okay.
business. The second one, don't give all because I create after some year, a raffinery company where I give the power only in a couple of hand,
Mm.
and this is what I learned. Never give power to couple of people, because if the people they betray you or they try to take advantage of your non-presence every day, it's becoming
Mhm.
problematic.
Gotcha. Okay. So those were important lessons to learn.
Yeah, this is part of life. It
Yeah.
means you try to create, but at the same time you need to do something really important when you do business, real estate or business or other kind of business. Search, grow, action, and contribution, and create a team where the people in the team, they are part of the creation. They are no narcissistic, no egocentric, and no people they don't collaborate with other human being.
Right.
And it's so important, because of what's happening, if you don't have the correct team, you really make a big mistake. And the correct team is a learning process where you started to meet somebody and started to teach them something. But if you receive a different kind, the attitude means it's not working for what you need to do.
Right. I got you. So at the time that you own these jewelry stores and you've expanded it, right, to 5 locations, you're in school too at the same time, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So go
Yeah.
ahead.
I wake up really, really early every morning. This is,
I can imagine.
yeah,
So your parents had an expectation for you that you were going to earn your PhD. Is that correct?
correct, 100%.
So
What
if
is,
you didn't do that, you
Mhm.
had sort of a feeling that you wouldn't have that good a relationship with your parents, like you might disappoint them.
Yeah, like in reality, like, the main reason, because I go to university and take my
Mhm.
PhD and my, um, is because I wanna give my family this honor.
Yeah.
But after, when I go through, I understand what they told me and why it's so important. Because, the school, the university give me some big idea.
Mhm.
And normally at the same time, because I choose something related to business
Mhm.
management, I apply in my business, and I wake up really early at that time, like around 5 a.m., 5:30, where I studied before, and after I go to the shop, control the shop and everything. And I remember when I take the exam, I go to the professor, and I spoke with them, and I need the leave because I have a lot of things to do.
Mhm. So at some point, you make a decision to invest in real estate. Talk about what happened that led up to that, and then your mindset going into it.
Yeah, what's happening really easy. I am somebody learn every day.
Mhm.
Without learning, you are die. And this is coming from something inside me. I love learn. And at 22 years old, I read one book, changed completely my life. Rich Dad, Poor Dad of Robert Kiyosaki.
Me
You know,
too. There you go.
and from over there, I read this book. I started to understand how real estate is working, and it's opened another world completely in my mind, in my soul, everything. And because in Italy we don't have somebody like Robert Kiyosaki, and it's possible apply some concept of Robert Kiyosaki, but know all the concept, because United States is the only one big country give the opportunity to everybody.
Right.
But at that time, I have one guy in Italy, he do this course, replicate something like Robert Kiyosaki, and he have a good information, the name Alfio Bardolla. And what's happening, I take this information and apply, because everything in life is take and apply, action. And I starting to invest in auction, make my first deal. I remember like yesterday, where I make 34,000 euro.
Mm-hmm.
And from over there, starting my business in real estate, where I make a lot of flipping in Italy. And at one point, around 2009, the market started to freezing in Italy in real estate. My business lose revenue, but I already becoming wealthy, and I want more. But wherever I find around me in Italy is not make me this passion. And I have this dream, this idea to understand what's happening in the other part of the world. And I learned one article. I study every day, how I share with you. This article talk about the possibility, the mortgage subprime, what's happening in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And in particular, in the area in Miami, this article talking about. And I started to research, and from over there, I starting to understand the market over here in Florida. Coming over here, the first 2-3 years really difficult for me, because I go back to Italy, because my business is over there. A lot of responsibility. I have already business of. I continue to have some business with my father over there. My father helped me in all the process, because he is becoming my first. My mind and everything when I am over there. I started to invest over here real estate, with initially really difficult.
Yeah. So when you first got started, why was it initially difficult?
In Italy, be more the emotion part, because at that time when I starting, I have really good sense of timing the market. Means I'm not perfect, because if I'm perfect, I will be a billionaire. But but I timing in the market correctly. When I starting in Italy, in the space is not a lot of competition, honestly. And initially, only the emotion stopped me, but starting to flow the business in real estate really good and really easily, but you need to study, you need to understand, it's not easily everything. You need the preparation. When I coming over here, really big difficulty, because change the word, first of all, change the culture. Third, I don't speak English. Four, I don't have connection. I don't have any kind of relationship with over here. I need to really starting from zero, in the way where speaking the language, understand how it's working companies and everything. The culture is completely different. And the first couple of years is really difficult, because I remember one time I have difficulty to connect the light with FPL, because they don't understand me in my house, where I slept on the floor, because they don't understand me. And this give me a lot of strength now, because everything in life is on a step, where you're moving in another step, if you have really clear intention.
Gotcha. Okay, so we're going to take a break. And when we come back from the break, one of the things that we're going to talk about in particular is Healthy, Rich, and Happy, which is your book. And we're going to talk about basically the mindset and the thought process that went into it, and then what it is specifically that we're doing to contribute and give back to society. We'll be right back. Did you know there's an app that has no side effects that allows you to use sound waves to tell your brain what you want it to do? It's called newcalm.com, and it's amazing. It literally uses sound waves. If you want to tell your brain to go to sleep, if you want to tell your brain to recover, if you want to tell your brain to put you in peak physical state, if you want to tell your brain to focus, if you want to tell your brain to take a power nap, You can do all of these things and more with newcalm.com. Go to newcalm.com today, promo code Mike15. Newcalm.com, promo code Mike15 for an extra 15% off. All right, we're back. We're back with Dr. Jacopo Iasiello. Iasiello, right?
Iasiello.
Iasiello. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay.
And he's the author of the book Healthy, Rich, and Happy, which is over his shoulder. You can see it up there. So tell us a little bit about, so you start investing in real estate like we were talking about earlier, and you decide that you're going to start buying property from auctions and that type of thing. You're doing okay, you're making some money, but you're having some struggles, right? Everything you try that's new, you're going to have some struggles and some things that you're going to deal with. At some point, you decide, with a PhD in international business and experience in the jewelry business, that kind of thing, you start investing in real estate. At some point, you make the decision to write a book. Talk about the thought process that goes into that, and what was it that propelled you to do it?
Yeah, the thing is this one, when you receive something in life, and I receive, I believe in something more height of us, in the divine, whatever you want to call, you have an obligation to share with people. And what's happening during my path of my life, I have, good moment, a different moment. I never use word in no correct way. What this means, the different moment is the moment where I create light. And when I'm moving to United States, I have this different moment where I feel lonely, sadness, all this kind of emotion. And two, if I have everything technically, because I have, first of all, I'm healthy at that time, like now, a young age, super young, with really nice possibility to live comfortable. But I'm not happy because I'm moving over here. Nobody know me. Difficulty to connect with human being and everything. And from over there, one piece of this book coming, because I have one my friend in Italy called Domenico, where he have this kind of energy. He is a engineer as businessman. And what's happening, I asked him, why you have this energy? He told me the first piece of my method will coming later on, meditation transcendental. And this meditation transcendental changed completely my life. And from over there, I started to assemble different pieces. I create this method called M.P.B.E, meditation, morning prayer, biohacking, and exercise, where I believe is something so unique and so important in our life, is to build something where every day in the morning, really early in the morning, you have the energy to moving forward. And the motivation why I create this book, I do this book, is because everybody in our life, we have a good moment, a different moment. But if you don't know, you don't have the capacity to realize this different moment, to have something to really utilize to moving from this different moment, you possible be in this different moment for all your life. And the reason why I wrote this book, because I create this method to create energy every day, plus the concrete part, because I am investor, pragmatic but sensible investor. What it means, I understand the importance to create external abundance, and through the real estate, I create my external abundance. And this book is including these two parts to connect, to don't be isolate one of them, because both parts is the same coin, and to create something beautiful, you need both parts,
Yeah. So what's the single most important thing you learned writing the book?
Different. It means will be I will positioning myself in the way where is no correct to the audience. What it means is this one. I have the honor to have endorsement from 3 people in this book. One is my best friend, is a billionaire in business in Italy, and two, they are 2 super expert in real estate and multimillionaire in United States. Why I tell this? Because the book is create to really give the possibility to people they read to apply every part. and I go more deeply. Means is this one, the book have starting with something concrete, because life is not about theoric, it's about how you apply something in your life and in business. And I explain the importance of the 4 pillar meditation, prayer, biohacking, and exercise with clear information where it's coming from, means from university, and I study deeply. And after I utilize the part of real estate and explain step by step what people they need to do to starting from zero, because I believe United States in the world is the only country, if tomorrow you go bankrupt, you have no possibility to buy your food, you have the possibility to make money in real estate. Normally, you need to put a lot of intention, work, and working hard. People, they don't make success in business in United States because they don't want. This is reality, because over here you have the possibility. In other country is more difficulty, bureaucracy, and here is a country blessing from the divine, because wherever idea you have in mind, in your heart, if you put intention, you possible create. And it's not an invention what I tell. If you don't have money to buy property over here, you have the possibility to find people give you the money. If you go in other countries, not the same.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the whole idea of you've come to the United States and the streets are paved with gold, right? You just have a different view. You have a different take on when you come here from another country. You have a different take on what we have versus when you are born here. When you're born here and you grow up here, you have a different view, right? It's just a different way of looking at things. It's kind of like when we leave this country and we go travel, we can't wait to come back.
Because, and in particular, Mike, the reality is this one, I believe in something. I call arbitrage of life. What it means is this one. If you normally you arrive at one point of your life where you possible moving around, I think about America is one the most important country for the business part. And now it's coming really popular to Dubai, and other kind area on the world, they have other characteristic, means people sometimes they don't realize, okay, like you possible live, for example, with money received from cash flow in other part of the world with really comfortable, and choose where you decide to live based in business plus relationship. Means this one, I think so, people, they need to realize the world is completely changed now. And if you have the capacity to understand which country is working for what, you have the possibility to really live beautiful life. Because if you create income in one country and you decide, because you don't want to live in a country more sociable, more comfortable in the way where you communicate with human being, relationship, and I talking about country like Spain or Italy. They are more in the aspect of humanity. I talk about the big city in the United States. Respect the big city in the United States. I think so. The possibility is really immense, because over here in the United States, you possible create cash flow where you possible enjoy another part of the world. Or if you decide, because you live, you are connect with people over here to live your country, and United States is the best country in the world for business, I believe 100%.
So let's say today somebody buys your book. What's the number one thing they're going to learn from Healthy, Rich, and Happy?
Becoming healthy, rich, and happy. Really, really, the title of the book. Healthy means have the energy to moving forward in your work every day. This is what it means for me. Happiness is a consequence of healthy, and becoming rich means for everybody something different. For me, means freedom, means have the possibility to decide what I want to do, when I want to do, with people bring with me. For other people, means possible have, a Ferrari 488 or a beautiful house in Manhattan. Depend. Everybody they have the different. But reality, everything is coming from the internal part where you build something, some kind of method, bring energy. Now, I interview people. I have two friends that are billionaire, and I interview some billionaire and some really, people with really a lot of importance, because I create one editorial in Forbes, Italy, called American Now. And I learned something really important. Everybody of them, they have some kind of method. Some of them, they don't know they have this method. Some of them, they are really specific in what they do, and they do every day. But the base is this: if you don't have clarity in your life, you don't have nothing, because you don't have direction. And to have a method, a routine where every day you apply to have energy, bring you the possibility to becoming a better human being and a better businessman.
So I'm guessing that Healthy, Rich, and Happy would be a good gift for somebody. If somebody's thinking about gifting a book, why would they gift your book to somebody that they care about?
Because, first of all, I am 1000% sure they will receive more than what they will give, because this is the way why it's coming from this book for contribution, because it's something is really a guide step by step how to create better quality of life. And second of all, because the intention is to give back, I donate all the money from I receive from this book to an association. I already help them in the way where I give some real estate with some calmierate price of some my property, because they help human being, they help people they coming from the street to have another time dignity. I think so this is the two reason, because I am sure what I tell, like if somebody read this book, they will learn, not because I teach, because I share something really important in the book. The message is really easy: create something important. Is possible be a M.P.B.E method, meditation, prayer, biohacking, and exercise, plus real estate, plus business, plus whatever give you the possibility to create abundance. But really in this book, you find the step, how you need to do and be healthy, rich, and happy, because I believe everybody will deserve this reward, and for everybody is different,
So let me ask you this. What does tomorrow look like for you?
Tomorrow for me look really bright, because I believe in light, and I create my light every day. What this means, I have a multiple project, because without creativity, my life don't have any kind of sense. Like a lot of people, where you are an entrepreneur, where you are a businessman, you want to create more. No, you arrive at one point where you achieve wherever you never think about you will achieve. Now you have two options: or you will sit on the couch and you becoming how I possibly share somebody without no any more energy, or you create more. For me, creation will be the part most important in my life until I will die. And the part important I understand in my life, creation plus contribution is the most important. Every man, because we have two kind of people in life, men and women in general, no everybody. Now is a lot of confusion, but they have two different rules. One, the men in general, they try to create, and the women, they are somebody give love, take care about the important part of family at some time, because life is difficult, they need to work. But these two parts so important, and I think so for me will be the next future something really bright, because now I am a different human being, where I don't create only for my intention, but to really give back to society, because give is something important. You fulfill your, first of all, your heart, and after other people.
Absolutely. If people want to follow you and they want to learn more from you, other than reading the book, and obviously it sounds like the book's available at Amazon.
Correct. The books is available in Amazon.
Pretty much anywhere where you can get your books, right?
Yeah. And in Amazon is available. Plus, they possible find through my website, healthyrichandhappy.com, and is everywhere. And they possible find me through Instagram, a Jacopo Iasiello Investor Broker, where I try to share some idea about my life and their life, something about real estate, and try to bring positivity to the world, because the only my intention in life is not teach, but is share, because I don't want to be a teacher, and I'm not a teacher, but I want to be somebody share love, share information, share knowledge, and give. But because when I am really young, nobody give me a lot, only my family. And I understand I have only two solutions in life: or becoming like these people, where when I ask something, they are really close mind to if they have everything, or give to people. And because I believe in abundance, I believe we have enough abundance to everybody,
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Jacopo Iasiello, thank you so much for being our guest on the Mike Litton Experience. This has been amazing.
Mike, I really enjoy, and I hope so will share, this information with your audience, and light some human being to understand life is a process similar to everybody, but how we react to the situation, we becoming different human being.
Yeah, totally agree. Thanks again for being here, bud.
You are welcome.
Can I ask you a question? Did you know that there's a technology that uses sound waves that'll tell your brain what to do? There literally is. It's called newcalm.com. It can tell your brain to heal, tell your brain to sleep, tell your brain to do all kinds of things. It can get you fired up. It can be a pre-workout. Newcalm.com, and the promo code is Mike15. Newcalm.com, promo code Mike15 for an extra 15% off. Go today.
And that's a wrap. Another episode of the Mike Litton Experience in the books. Reach out to Mike on Instagram at the Mike Litton Experience.